Wednesday, abundant sunshine. High 100. Winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
My parents live in India. When they come for 3 weeks. In our apartment, they slept on our couch and it was okay. But they're getting older and I wanted them to have a space for themselves. Every time I come home, I'm just like, wow, there couldn't have been a better home for us.
Whatever home means to you, we'll help you find it. Zillow.
Wildlife rescue workers open up a lot of Dawn. Tough on grease, yet gentle. Dawn helps open something even bigger. Go to facebook.com, Dawn Saves Wildlife.
Ugh, heartburn.
Sorry, ma'am, no burning here. Try new Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Gummies. They work fast and don't taste chalky.
Incredible. Looks tasty. You don't have heartburn.
New Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Gummies. Enjoy the relief.
What's it like to be in good hands? Man, it's like pure power at your fingertips. Like the power to earn Allstate reward points every time I drive. Want my number? And cash back for driving safe. And the power to automatically find your car. I see you, car. And I got the power to know who's coming and when if I break down. You must be Jerry. Hey, N means getting more from your car insurance with the all-powerful DriveWise app.
It's good to be in good hands.
2-inch display, 14 megapixels for $120. Bet you didn't see that coming. Cabela's Outfitter Trail Camera. Great price. Lifetime guarantee. That's practical. Welcome to paradise. For $250, all the pressure's off. Cabela's Polar Cap Equalizer Cooler. Great price. Lifetime guarantee. That's practical.
Let's face it, it's easy to put off seeing your dentist, no matter how many times you're reminded. And if you don't have dental insurance, you might not go at all.
Hi, this is Katie from Family Dental. You're due for a cleaning. Give us a call.
But don't let that stop you. Give Physicians Mutual Insurance Company a call. For as little as $1 a day, we can help cover all the dental services you're most likely to need. Cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. There are no networks, no deductibles, and no annual maximum. So don't stop going to the dentist, especially if you're retired or on Medicare. It's just not worth the problems you could face later on. Get the dental care you deserve. Call now and we'll send you a free information kit with all the details about this affordable dental insurance. Don't wait for another reminder. Call 1-800-440-6797 for your free information kit. That's 1-800-440-6797. Call now.
I'm totally a summer person. I love warm weather. I love sunshine. I love the beach. I love the pool. I love being outside. I love barbecues. I love everything about summer.
Welcome back. You know, this is the time of the year where those temperatures can get to ridiculously high levels. Abilene and San Angelo in Texas got to that century mark for the first time yesterday this year, getting to that century mark reading. So pretty hot times. This is also the time of the year where sports camps start to get going as well. Here's meteorologist Paul Goodlow to show you that heat can be no joke on the body.
Man on! How does the body react when it's under extra stress from scorching heat? We recruited James and Maddie, two Georgia Gwinnett College soccer players, to help us get the answer. For accurate core temperature readings, we asked them to really beat team players by ingesting these sensors.
Essentially, this sensor, when swallowed, will lodge itself in the athlete's digestive tract, and that allows us to follow the athlete's temperature across the practice. So we can read the athlete's temperature on this data recorder in real time as the athlete is practicing.
That's a big one. Isn't that nice?
This information is crucial. It can help prevent problems like heat stroke. Before James hits the field, his body temperature is 98.5. Maddie at 99.9. The temperature on the field near 90 degrees, but the turf, which traps the heat, is a sweltering 130. Just 10 minutes into the warm-up drills and the body temperature already rising. James, now 99.4. Maddie has warmed to 100.5. And after the warm-up, the real work begins. 25 minutes into the workout, and things are sizzling. James' core temperature spiking to 100.74, and Maddie up to 101.9, just a few degrees away from the danger zone.
104 is kind of the danger point.
After a grueling workout, we want to find the best way to bring the body core temperature back down. We started with a combination most of us would do, a cold drink in the air conditioning. After 10 minutes of this, Maddie's core temperature drops to 99.9. And now we're really cooling things down by asking James to take a dip in this ice bath.
The ice bath will quickly cool down an athlete, particularly if he is experiencing a heat illness.
After resting in this 44-degree water for 10 minutes, James' core temperature sinks to 100 degrees. Studies find athletes who know their limits and take time to cool down during and after a workout consistently perform better, which could mean the difference between winning and losing. I'm meteorologist Paul Goodlow.
All right, thanks so much, Paul. Well, heating up in Acapulco, Mexico. 82 degrees. In fact, I feel that looks pretty good. 82, feeling like 87, so not too bad. But a very pretty picture. Makes you want to just hop on a plane and soak up some sun rays. Sunscreen necessary. Make sure you have that and enjoy a tasty beverage. All right, let's talk about the tropics because it's pretty quiet in the Atlantic. This is as we look through early June, basically the first 10 days of the month. And these are where storms originate. Gulf of Mexico, just off the Atlantic coast. And then we look a little farther out into the Atlantic as we start to move through July. But right now, things are really looking very, very quiet all across the Atlantic from the west coast and back in towards the Gulf of Mexico as well. Here's the satellite view, and tough to even find much cloud cover. We've had a storm system move off the east coast, but that's way to the north. Otherwise, pretty quiet through the Caribbean into the Gulf of Mexico as well. So good news for any cruises you have on tap. You can see the dry air really dominating a good portion of the Atlantic. A little bit more moisture here just off the coast of Africa. Looks like a little cluster of storms have moved off. We'll keep an eye on that, but nothing imminent showing up there. And again, all dry, working your way back into portions of the Caribbean. Now, as we look to the Pacific, things have become a bit more active here. A couple of things to watch, an area to watch just off the coast of Mexico there. In the near term, not too much of a chance to develop, but as we move through the next 3 to 5 days, different story. We could see that being the next system. But right now, we've got Hurricane Blas. Look at this thing. A beast of a system here out in the Pacific. 110-mile-per-hour winds with its movement right now to right around 14 miles per hour. So we're right on the cusp of becoming a major hurricane there. The good news is away from land, and it should continue to stay away from land. Look at that eye showing up there for us. And it should weaken as we move our way closer towards the weekend. Jen Delgado and Chris Horn, they're up next.
An excessive heat warning is in effect. Currently in our area, 95 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, plenty of sunshine. High 97. Winds south-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 76. Wednesday, abundant sunshine. High 100. Winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Look at this, whipping winds, damaging hail, possible tornadoes, severe weather moving across the northern plains. Who's at risk for strong storms and showers today? Good afternoon. This is Weather Center Live. I'm meteorologist Chris Warren.
And I'm meteorologist Jen Delgado. It is Tuesday, July 5th, and in addition to the storms, we're also going to be talking about the dangerous heat. The mercury is rising in a big way, Chris.
Going up. More than 75 million people could see at or near triple-digit temperatures, where the heat and humidity will have you wanting to stay indoors. Next on Weather Center Live. And right now, here is a live look at Dallas and Charlotte in the heat. In fact, many spots already feeling like it is the triple digits right now. A little bit cooler where there's been some showers and a little bit of rain. Again, this is what it feels like. That humidity really playing a big factor. Jen?
All right, well, here's a look at Omaha, Nebraska. Omaha could reach 97 degrees today. You see the view there. This is actually, I think this is a Creighton University. Right now it says 85 degrees. I think I saw some birds just flying through. And we do know the humidity is climbing. And for more on that, we want to talk more about the severe weather threat with Dr. Forbes, Chris.
Yeah. Dr. Forbes?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a pretty rough day in a number of places, but especially parts of the northern plains where we might initially start in, say, Minnesota with a tornado threat and then transition into one of these big squall lines that rolls across Wisconsin later this evening and overnight. So the storms beginning right in about here, they'll probably expand and may even isolated expand all the way down into parts of Nebraska along a frontal zone. This is through about 10 o'clock this evening, and I've given a tornado condition index forecast of 3 for parts of Minnesota, South Dakota, and Iowa. 30% chance of a tornado within 50 miles, and then a bigger wind threat as we go into the overnight. There's a stalled front across the area. It will probably begin to turn into a cold front with south winds at the surface, about 30 miles per hour from the southwest aloft. So there's enough turning of the winds with height there for a chance of a few tornadoes before these storms begin to turn into a whole line. And there is some upper air forcing coming in from the west. So things are coming together across Minnesota there. A little less so the farther down that frontal zone you go. Here's one severe thunderstorm at the moment, all by itself there, west central Minnesota in that severe threat area, and it is in parts of, for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour gusts, parts of Grant County. That might build a tail down toward the Graceville area and might build additional storms north and south of that. I mentioned that upper forcing. There's several lobes of that. There's one spin here, another spin there, so each of those are in a little bit of cold air and jet stream that's pushing across the far northern tier of the United States, and that's pretty commonly where it is this time of year. Now tonight, the thunderstorms may congeal around 10 o'clock or so, or by that time in this western part of this red shaded area that goes past 10 o'clock through the overnight hours, and then march maybe as one or more squall lines, maybe even a derecho, one of these widespread damaging windstorms across Wisconsin, and maybe build a tail with some storms down across Iowa into parts of Missouri and Illinois. So here's one computer's rendition of how this may all unfold. I'll pause it momentarily here at times. By 4:30, the individual storm may begin to get neighbors firing up across central into southwest parts of Missouri, Minnesota, into southeast parts of South Dakota. And then as we head toward 6 o'clock or 6:30, those storms may roll into the Twin Cities. If so, that would be pretty early, earlier than I originally had thought it would happen. And then by 9 o'clock or so into La Crosse, beginning then to build a tail down into Iowa, and then maybe another round of storms into Madison and into northwest Illinois from that cluster of thunderstorms. So it's a pattern that could see these what we call mesoscale convective complexes, clusters of thunderstorms, and maybe turning into windstorms that we call derechos. Chris?
All right, Dr. Forbes, and throughout the day tomorrow,